Welcome. This is a recap of the City Council meeting of July 26, 2021. We had a work session this evening, and at the work session, we heard a department head report from the IT department, Information Technology Department, and Eric Scott. We hadn't heard from him for a year and a half, and we learned what had been happening in the IT department in the last year and a half. And certainly a lot of things are going on. During that time, obviously, of course, we're still in it, but we had the COVID issue and the city's response to that, and all the work that the IT department had to do to do something that's not in the normal realm of what we've done in the city. And it doesn't just happen. It took a lot of work on their behalf. For remote working accommodations for key staff, setting up virtual meetings, which we had not been set up for city council, and eventually boards and commissions, and having special accommodations for the public to attend meetings virtually and through the phone. And so all those things are things that the IT department did for us. And he gave us an update of what the CARES money from the federal government went for in regards to IT, and how that helped us get through the pandemic remote work situation. And even things like social distancing accommodations at the golf course. At one time we had to set up that reservations and payment all had to be done remotely and not in the clubhouse. So it was a very interesting review of what we did for COVID and how that will affect our budgeting for future years. Also, they've been certainly busy with setting up network and computers and cameras and meeting rooms and door access at the new fire hall, and also at the new GRPD evidence storage facility. And so they've been busy with that. They've done a GIS server upgrade, replaced 42 cellular phones for staff, a new virtual service cluster, and then he gave us an update over the rest of the year of things over the next year or so that they are planning to work on. So very informative. Also learned about the virus software that the city has been using and what it's the problems it's been saving the cities. In past, hackers have not typically come after small cities, but since COVID, we're seeing an increase in that. We're seeing stories of where small cities have been hacked. And most of our information, as Eric said, is public, so there's not a lot of private information, but there certainly is some. Certainly police records and payroll information, and so we received a number of a lot of data concerning things that the city software has stopped, including 377 viruses and almost 21,000 nefarious email messages that have been blocked by our software. The regular meeting tonight, I mentioned in the council reports that the city, and I would like to reiterate that now, that the city is conducting a survey of the future of Central School. The survey is on social media, but it's also on the city website. So if you go to the City of Grand Rapids website, you can certainly take that survey if you haven't already. We do ask you to do that. The building is in need of major multi-million-dollar repairs, and we want to find out some questions of what the residents and citizens of the area are, what they would like to see out of that building in the future. So please go to the city website to take that survey. We had a lengthy consent agenda. Most of those items were pretty straightforward. We entered into lease agreements for the Civic Center and the baseball field and the sports complex, along with the school resource agreement with the police department, and accepted a number of grants and approval to ask for grants, et cetera, et cetera. On the regular agenda, we did amend the job description for the community development specialist, and after further review, we do review on our on our employees as to where they fit in on job descriptions and classifications. And the council this evening chose to approve the recommendation to move the community development specialist to the title of zoning administrator to make the pay and the duties commensurate with what the duties have been. It had not been reviewed for 9 years. And with that, we believe we got it to a proper pay and a proper duty classification as we looked at area cities, including Bemidji and Cloquet, to take a look at where that should be. We then heard from the Community Development Department. We approved the mayor's execution of signature on a financial assistance award from the U.S. Department of Commerce for the Grand Rapids Cohasset Industrial Park infrastructure project. We've been talking about this for a number of meetings now, but this will be the beginning of, I believe, many more signatures and work that has to be done to meet the paperwork approval from the Department of Commerce at the federal level, the federal EDA. The project we're very excited about. They gave us $1.9 million, plus we have additional money from the state and county and Cohasset and IRRR and IEDC and other partners. So we're excited for that project to move forward, that eventually by having water and sewer run out to that project, we should be able to get some businesses that are already starting to call that want to move into that site. So this is a very exciting project and the first of many agreements we have to make with the feds to get that approved. Then we had 2 items from the finance department, and we heard from our financial advisors, Ehlers. We heard from Rebecca Kurtz out of Ehlers, out of Roseville, the Roseville office. And the first one was we adopted a resolution providing for the sale of $1,235,000 of taxable general obligation refunding bonds. These are bonds that were for the, I believe it was originally 2012, or maybe I think it was 2013. I was on the council at that time to approve the expansion of the public utilities wastewater treatment facility, paid for 100% by UPM and Blandin. By refinancing these at a lower interest rate, we can save UPM some money, and we certainly like to do that whenever we can. Will cost the city nothing, but will reduce the interest that Blandin will have to pay on that GO bond. Secondly, we approved a resolution providing for the sale of $1.225 million worth of utility refunding bonds. Again, just like the last item, whenever we can save money on interest, we are happy to take that opportunity. This will save the Public Utilities Commission and certainly all of you out there that whether you're an individual or a business, will save the public utilities a great deal of interest. And so we're always trying to do things to save money, and like I mentioned at the meeting, if we can do that not by cutting services, by cutting out interest that we're paying on financing, that's always an exciting thing. You know, it may not sound exciting at the meeting, but it's exciting to save money for the citizens of Grand Rapids just by cutting the amount of interest we're paying off. So both of those items were passed and approved. Our next regularly scheduled meeting is for August 9th at 5 p.m., August 9th, 2021. Hope everybody's staying cool, and I don't know if you'll see this before the storm that is apparently coming through tonight on July 26th, Monday. Hopefully everybody stays safe and buttons down for the evening and enjoys the warm weather the rest of the summer. So with that, thank you, and we'll see you on August 9th.